should be switched over now.
Oh, snap.
I don't believe it.
Although our layout's not quite right. No.
Hey, I'm in the right
Oh.
spot. That's what
Oh,
counts.
I left and it shifted. I totally forgot about that. As we talk, I'll fix it.
You can just drag the images around in Zoom.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just gotta do it real quick.
Yeah. So we're here.
I need you there.
Do something.
Goodbye, everyone.
Start fires.
Bam.
Look at that.
Ooh, fancy.
Nice. I forgot I dropped out and dropped back in, so it reshuffled everybody.
You slacker.
All right, so we're back for another episode of Breaker's Expanse. We're leaving off at a pivotal moment, I believe. You guys remember what happened last time?
No, I've slept several times since then.
At least once.
Yeah.
Something about skeletons.
Okay.
Yeah, calling the ogres from the sea or something.
Okay. You guys had been given a proposal by the crown, and your reward being a ship and some nice gold. But one of the stipulations was that Seaton, a local fort, had been having a weird ogre issue, and they had even captured an ogre who had given himself up, and he had essentially made you guys aware of this tunnel that had been calling the local ogres there and disturbing them and warping their minds. So you guys set out, entered this cavern. You found multiple skeletons, and it seemed to be of human and ogre kind. And you guys have even what appears to be stumbled across some call them ritualists, which you guys have dispatched, making your way into the last room of this cavern. You guys had gotten to what appeared to be a 15-foot square pool that, as you guys approached, started to shimmer and bubble. And that's kind of where we left off.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a really cool hot tub for us to take a break in.
Not really.
Natural spring. No,
Mm-hmm.
not that kind of bubbling.
Not the kind one.
Are we-
kind?
Are we jumping in this hole?
Oh, I'll give some more details on what's going on then there.
Hmm.
So I would assume you guys all cautiously approach this pool,
Sure.
and I say it's very dimly lit. And as you guys approach it, it kind of starts to bubble and splash. And who's taking point on this?
I'm squishy, so Tyler.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Right.
So as,
I'm less squishy, but still Tyler.
I'll jump in the pool.
oh,
That sounds fun.
before you even get a chance to jump in the pool, as you approach it, it starts to bubble and kind of ceases for a second. And you see what appears to be two decent-sized hands grip the edge of this pool.
Oh no.
Oh,
Rotting,
Didn't vote for this.
rotting fists.
Not my monster.
And I would say, as you're, beginning to, warn the rest of the party, you guys get this, all collective, you guys get this earth-shattering, feeling in your mind. And you all apparently hear you guys all hear at the same time the words "full tool." It's shakes your mind, you guys actually stumble for a second. So after that quick shock, you guys see what appears to be this decrepit, old, rotting corpse with about his torso up out of the water, staring at you with loose, rotted face and eyes. And what are you guys doing?
Eldritch Blast?
I think so.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't have Eldritch Blast, but
Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack.
I'll probably drop some of their sacred flaming on them.
Ooh,
21 to hit.
that definitely hits.
And 7 damage.
Nice. And you make contact with this thing easily. You blast it right in the face. And it almost seems like this thing, it of course recoils just from the force of this blast, but it almost seems like this thing doesn't feel the pain from the strike. And in that second, it kind of growls, and it disappears.
Oh,
Oh, we
I
took
killed
her
it.
off.
Perfect. We did it.
I'm the champion.
Mm-hmm.
It's dead forever.
It's dead forever.
So it was just like a little pool of water that it was
It was
poking out of?
15 foot square.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this room other than the pool?
It seemed like there's loose skeletons kind of around the pool, old debris of corpses, but nothing specific. But
Do we still feel that like mental like fatigue or whatever?
That's a good question, because after a few seconds, and I would assume you guys are all confused on what just happened, you hear it again in your mind, full tool, and that earth-shattering, shaky feeling hits you once again. And this is when you notice, Chuck, that Fotul apparently appears right behind you.
Oh.
Well, that's
Nothing personnel.
The creature?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So you guys need to roll initiative.
He's not gone forever. He lied.
that asshole.
8.
Ooh.
Ugh, fuck.
24.
6.
11.
We're doing great. Just great.
Our odds of survival have gone up exponentially.
Did Skulltooth roll a 24? Was that?
Yes, I crit on my initiative.
That's a good use of that crit.
The only one of the night.
All right. So you're first up, and this giant crepit, and now this room is about 20 feet tall. It's kind of further up. You can see that this walking corpse is quite tall, like around 7 to 8 feet.
You would say he's a big boy?
I would say he's a big boy.
All right,
Save
well,
us.
I'm gonna stab the big boy
Go for it.
with a scimitar. The 13 hit?
It hits.
Ooh. 9 damage.
9 damage. All right.
And then I'm gonna attack it with my second scimitar. 21.
That hits.
That's 10 damage with that second hit.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Anything else you do?
No, I don't think so.
So at the end of your turn, Fotul, or this dark, scary creature, that I guess you probably assume that's its name. It kind of scans you guys for a quick second, and it actually appears and looks down at you, Morthos, and it starts guttering this speech that you can't even decipher in your mind. It's nothing you've ever heard before. But I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure. Right there. Wisdom save.
It's probably Swedish death metal.
It is Swedish death metal. I, as a player, recognize it, but as a character, I don't. I got a 9.
Oh no.
All right. So this speech, like it starts to affect your mind, and as the person who quickly blasted this thing, for a moment you feel like you wouldn't be able to do that again.
Okay.
All right. And that actually brings up its turn.
Oh no.
Well, it's not even its turn. That
Oh.
cheating son of a bitch.
No.
Oh no.
This is a big boy.
He has legendary actions.
Right. Now being striked, and he once again starts to gutter out weird speech in your guys' mind that you can't really understand. But he is going to attempt to strike you
Me?
Yep, Mr. Skulltooth. I mean, you hit him first.
Yeah,
But-
it's all your fault.
But he attacked my friend.
You can explain that to him if you'd like, but I don't think he's gonna listen to you.
I mean, I attacked him too, so yeah.
Does it 16 hit?
No, my AC is 17.
Nice. So he raises his fist, and you can start to smell, rotting corpse, and he whisks his fist right over your head, barely missing you. But that'll end his turn. So it's actually Nirion's turn.
Oh boy. If only you weren't so close to him.
Look, I'm a melee fighter. What do you expect?
Oh, I know, but I can still wish that things were different.
Hope I succeed on the saving throw.
Nah, I'll probably just do guiding bolt to start with here. Oh, that was my damage, I think. Nope, that was to hit. It's gotta be a miss.
Yeah. Anything
Look,
else?
depending on what the saving throw is, I have no chance.
So yeah, that's my turn, pretty much. I'm not cool enough to have two actions yet.
All right. That brings up Giovanni.
Okay. How many different things are there that I can punch?
It's just the big boy.
Okay. I'm gonna punch the big boy.
Not the cable, please, not that cable.
Yes, punch the big boy cable.
Yep.
My cat just got tangled in the cable that's
Where's that?
tied to important things and was about to just run off with it,
Let's do
as it do.
flurry of blows. And we're gonna do quarterstaff first. Don't think that's gonna hit.
Does not.
Then we're gonna do that, which I don't think is gonna hit either.
Ooh.
And 12 I don't think hits either.
Does not.
The dice love us.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh.
So you kind of run up and make some just quick haphazard attacks,
Yeah.
and it seems to just kind of just brush it off.
Okay.
Anything else you do?
Nope.
We
I'll
were swatting the flies that were
do
flying
something my
around.
next turn. Hopefully.
All right, Morthos, it's your turn, and I'll let you
yeah.
know that you are currently charmed.
Oh, so he's my friend now.
You just can't attack him. You can't do anything to hurt him currently.
That's dumb.
How can you help your friends without hurting him?
Yeah, not me. Not me. So I'm just gonna turn around. Be like, you know what? You're an all right guy. How do I sign up for this O'Toole cult thing? Rest of you should knock this fighting shit off and come. Let's go get some beers and faux tool this shit up. My favorite band. What is it? 46 and Faux Tool, great song. And
I saw him in '96 with Korn. Great.
Yeah, they were great. Do I get any kind of save to end the effect, or is it just there for a certain number of rounds?
Mm-hmm. Just there for a certain amount of rounds.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Good turn. It's as useful as mine. It was probably better than mine, in fact.
And as you kind of like start to walk away, and you're like, let's just go get some beers. That thought starts to fade away from your mind. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
What? You asshole. I don't want to get beers with you.
But it is Skulltooth's turn currently.
Oh, again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm gonna hit him with my sword again. Look, I'm a fighter. I don't have much to do.
Give him
Jesus.
the bunk.
Does a 23 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, the dice are being nice to me. It's only 5 damage, though.
He doesn't appreciate it.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him backslash with my other sword. Ooh, that's a crit.
Ooh, roll the damage.
Nice.
Is it just double dice?
Double. I'm just gonna do. We'll just do double dice.
Okay, because that's okay. Ooh, almost max damage. 15.
Nice. 15. All right. Anything else you do?
No.
That really lagged on my screen. There we go. All right, so it's back to his turn. And he just once again just raising just a rotting fist. Makes another strike at you, Skulltooth.
Yeah, he does.
And does a 21 hit?
Yes, it sure does. Yeah. Yes, it sure does.
Say if it didn't, I'd be impressed.
No, my AC is not that high. I was just making sure I didn't have a maneuver that could raise my AC.
He does 17 damage to you.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. I'm going to use a parry to reduce that damage by a little bit. Where's the D8? That's the D8. Oh, by 5. He does 12 damage.
Oh, that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at 12 health, so that hurt.
Progress, sort of ish.
All right, but that ends his turn. So that brings it back to Nerian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hit him, I guess.
Not a lot.
Hey, this time I'll actually do it even.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
For 7 damage. Just some regular Warhammer bashing.
So he'll take it to the face.
That'll be it.
All right.
I gave him the bonk, and then he's probably gonna bonk me back.
Speaking of which, at the end of your turn, he actually raises his other fist and makes a strike at you.
Oh no.
What's your AC?
It's 18.
Not even close. He swings wildly past you, smacking the ground.
Okay.
And that passes to Giovanni.
All right. I'm gonna try and hit him this time.
That hits.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was 19 damage, correct?
He's rolling
That
all
was
his
to
hits
hit on
first.
the kick. Yeah. So 3 damage and then 3 damage.
So that was 25 altogether?
No, 6 damage altogether.
Oh, okay. That was.
I was just rolling to see if both of my attacks hit. and They
Okay.
did. Yep.
Bam. All right. Anything else?
Nope. I'm just gonna stand there and wait.
Okay. And at the end of your turn, he kind of, once again, changes his focus to Mr. Skulltooth. And in your mind, you start hearing just thousands of, like, just guttural noises and just speech that you can't comprehend. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Does it have to be wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure I can't make it a strength saving throw?
Yep.
Okay, because I have a -1 to wisdom.
Ooh,
Mental strength.
I don't think you have brain muscles.
No brain muscle. Is a 12 good enough?
Yeah, let me double check. You're good. You shake off the effects.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
I do have the brain muscles.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that
The
brings
muscle of your mind.
That
Give
brings
me
up
a
Morthos.
really bad headache, though.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna back off from this thing. And then I'm going to cast my Scorching Ray at it. I generate 3 rays, and I get to hurl them at the target. So I get to make 3 of these magic attacks.
Nice.
First one is a pathetic 10. Second one is a 25. I'm guessing that hits.
Yes.
And that is going to drop 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And then my third, 16. Does that hit?
16 does hit.
Nice. And that gives me another 7 damage. So my turn, I did 18 damage altogether. And I am out of spell slots. And that's my turn.
Nice.
Like, hey, you're not my friend. Fuck you, man.
And you send these Scorching Rays, and the first one missed, correct?
Yep, first one missed, second 2 hit.
I assume you're flipping him the bird, and a scorching ray comes flying out of each one of them.
Yeah, it's like finger guns, but you know, fuck you. That's how it's framed. Just bam, 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 bam.
Well, with those 2 Scorching Rays that hit, when they make impact, this is the first time you've seen this thing kind of truly recoil from pain.
Nice. Yeah, fuck you, man.
Now, see. It took a beating from that. And at the end of your turn, for a quick second, it appears to disappear.
All right, I
Hey.
killed it again.
Oh fuck!
Or this is that same weird invisible trick.
I think it's the same weird invisible trick, man.
Just start running around wildly, everyone.
I'm saying it appears behind Giovanni, but it is Skulltooth's turn.
Hey, I'm gonna walk over to it and say, "Ow, man, that really fucking hurt," and then hit it with my sword. No, I'm not.
You're gonna threaten him with your sword.
If only you had done a pirate strike.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I don't
where you
think
fucked up, man.
Pirate Strike wouldn't have saved that. I don't think.
We're too far from the sea. I can't.
Oh, all right. Well, if that one didn't work, I'm gonna use my second sword and Pirate Strike the other side. Ooh.
Maybe it's a smuggler strike since
Oh.
you're in a cave off.
I will actually go ahead and precision attack to boost that by. No, I can't. I've used my last superiority die, so never mind. That also misses.
I'm sorry.
And then I am going to give myself a second win since I'm a little bit low on health.
Go ahead and get you some healings in.
7, 10 health. That's not bad. All right.
Anything else?
I shake my finger at him and said, "You got me this time. I'll get you next time."
I see. And this thing kind of shambles a little bit closer to Giovanni. And hoping to get you, a little bit surprised, he raises his fist and attempts to slam it on top of your head. But he fucking misses.
Good.
He once again slaps his half-dead hand like against the cement right next to you, or rock, I should say. You barely even have to move out of the way to be missed by the strike.
Bet your head hurts now, dum dum.
And this moves the turn over to Nerian.
Well, since it worked so well last time, we'll just do it again. Just try to hit him with the hammer.
Go for it.
Or not.
It does not hit.
Does not hit.
Anything else you're gonna do?
I was trying to hit his hand when it was on the ground. But that's what it was. Definitely that. That's it.
All right. It moves to Giovanni's turn.
Okay, you said it's right next to me, trying to hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do 2 unarmed attacks on him.
Hey, that looks good.
An 18 or a 19 and an 18.
Both hit.
Cool. For a total of 11 damage. And then I'm making unarmed attacks because I have an ability called Agile Parry. If I make an unarmed strike as part of my attack action, and I'm holding one of my Kensei weapons, I get a +2 to AC.
Ooh.
So
nice.
my AC is now 17 until the next turn.
I respect that.
It's not a bad choice.
I think I'm going to need it.
One of us is going to need it.
Yeah.
All right. And at the end of your turn, this dark being seems to still be focused on Giovanni, but for a quick second, he locks his eyes on you again, Skulltooth. And once again, you hear that dark chanting in your mind. Make a wisdom save.
He senses the weakness in my mind. Yeah. I don't think a 2 is good enough, is it?
So you try to resist, but your mind breaks. And you just hear the echoing of this deep chant. And not only do you feel like not fighting him, you slowly feel your body like kneeling down. And you feel the words forcibly out of your mouth. Full tool.
Oh no.
Oh, he's made you into more of a friend than he did.
You're way more of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it is Mortho's turn.
Well, I'm gonna use a spell that I've never used before as a warlock, and I'm gonna bust out an Eldritch Blast right at this motherfucker's face.
That's the first time it's ever been used in
Ever.
any of our campaigns.
It's only a 13.
That hits, though.
Oh shit! Look at that. And I drop a whopping 6 points of damage.
He will take it. All right. Anything else you do?
No, that's it.
All right. The turn bounces to Skulltooth.
Ow.
Yeah, don't worry about doing anything yet. I need you to make a wisdom save throw.
See if you're still his best bud.
Jesus.
You like feel your like in your mind you're telling yourself, oh, I need to stand up. I need to, defend my comrades. What would the other pirates think of me not fighting right now that I don't know?
Yeah.
And you cannot bring yourself to move from this spot. And that bounces the turn to the dark, scary being.
So yeah, beer sounds good, guys.
Is what he says in his mind as the only comes out of him is
Yeah.
All right. And he's just gonna make another strike at you, Giovanni. You're still next to him.
I am too, for what it's worth, but yeah. I'm just not effective in combat.
And your AC 17 now?
Yep.
He fucking whiffs. This one's a little bit closer than the previous strike. You actually do have to make a full step to get out of the way, but it just slams against the floor. Do this. And it is Nerian's turn now.
Oh boy. I'm just trying to bogart my last 2 spell slots in case we need some healing, so I'm just gonna keep on whacking away, I guess. Or just keep on missing, that's good too.
Yeah, you make a little bit of contact, but it's just this horrible fleshy sound as he does not seem to respond.
Perfect.
Anything else you do?
No, I don't have anything else I can do.
Pray. Giovanni's turn.
I think that takes a full action.
What does Giovanni do?
He's still like right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Just make 2 unarmed attacks. Second one's gonna hit. Looks like, and I do 5 damage.
He'll take that 5 damage.
My AC up at 17.
Right. Anything else you do, Giovanni?
Nope. Hold on to my 2 other key points in case I need them.
Okay. Do that. I say he's slowly recovering from slamming his fist against the ground, and he takes the
Snap. Hang on. Hey, Pyro Club. Thanks for that raid.
Hey,
Oh,
Welcome to the
snap.
place where we're doing the thing.
I was busy futzing around with my Beyond overlay and I didn't notice it.
So yeah, his fist is still recovering from his attack that missed, but he does catch a glimpse of you, Nerian, and you start to hear this deep chanting in your mind. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, why has he got to whisper at me? I haven't even done anything to him yet. 11.
Ooh. The chanting in your mind starts to increase, and it's hard for you to really push through it. You don't bow down or anything, but you have this feeling like you can't hurt him anymore. And
Dang.
that brings Morthos' turn up.
Sure. Oh man. I think my only option here is to the safe option is for me to just throw another Eldritch Blast. So I think I'm just gonna run in and whack him with my mace.
That can work.
I like the way you think.
That was the right fucking answer too.
Ooh.
You say
Critical hit.
blast anyways while you do it?
Double dice.
What's that? Oh,
say
and double
Eldritch Blast.
sixes. Yeah, I say Eldritch fucking blast you, fart.
Pirate Eldritch Blast.
Everything's an Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast.
crit hit, 16 damage. I got max damage on both of them dice.
Nice.
And you whack him with your mace, just squarely in the chest. And like you even see like pools of blood start to ooze out of him, and his eyes start to blank out for a second, and then he starts to continue moving. It almost looks like you knocked the life out of him, but
Almost. So close. I've killed this guy like 2.5 times.
Yeah.
you have.
And in the work, nobody else
Skull
was doing anything.
I need that wisdom saving throw again.
Yeah, you're gonna get the best I have to offer. Oh, I finally crit on it.
Nice.
19.
So you all you can hear is the deep audible chants, but you remember the most important thing to you, and that's being a pirate.
That's right.
And you shake it off.
Fuck this Swedish death metal. I'm a pirate.
I like progressive rock. So you aren't able to do anything on your turn, but you're no longer in the thralls of full
Okay.
tool. But that brings up his turn again. And he's going to stick with his bread and butter, probably missing you. But he's going to strike at you, Giovanni. Oh, 22. I think that hits, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of damage, I assume. It's not going to be crazy. He does 22 damage to you.
Oh my god.
Fine.
A lot of
I'm
damage.
alive, but I'm at 5.
I'm
Ow.
kind of surprised you're still alive.
Yeah, he hit you squarely
Ouch.
center mass with his fist. And
Ow.
you get that horrible putrid smell and the nastiness. You can also hear, like, it sounds like his bones are even slightly breaking when he hits you. But he does.
So are mine.
He does 22 damage to you. But that brings up
Okay.
Nerian's turn.
Well, since I'm doing such a wonderful job with my damage attacks, maybe I'll just go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on him so we can keep him a little further from death. Hey, that's not bad. That's 12 points of healing.
Right.
So that you're up from 5, Joe.
To how much?
17 total.
Yeah.
12 points of healing.
Okay, great. Thank you. I think I'll need it.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
All right.
Someday I'll have spiritual weapon, and then I'll be able to have 2 turns. Like,
All right. And that brings up Giovanni's turn.
your bones are slightly less broken.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to spend a key point to take the dodge action. And then I'm going to try and hit him twice.
Go for it.
Looks like those are both going to be hits.
They are.
And I'm going to deal 6 and 5 damage.
Nice. 11 damage.
Not too bad. Worth
Yep.
healing for.
Absolutely. But yeah, he is disadvantaged when attacking me again.
Well, that's good, because at the end of your turn, he's actually going to attempt to strike you again.
Okay.
He fucking misses. He once again
Great.
swings wildly over your head. You can even hear him like kind of yearning as he makes this wild swing. And that brings up more things.
Good.
Yeah, that's me. You know what? I had great luck with the mace last time, so let's see where we get this time.
Rinse and repeat.
Nope. Got a 10.
Yeah, that does not hit.
I'm gonna yell at it though, like, "Hey, you ugly fart! Don't you dare forget that I put a lot of hurt on you too. You should come at me, bro." And that's my turn.
All right. That brings up Skulltooth.
Hey, I'm back, and I'm madder than ever. So I'm gonna get extra
Like
Scimitar-y.
normal for you, I think.
Listen.
It's in my normal state of being.
Better than ever.
Madder than ever. I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore. 5 damage with my first hit. The second one looks like it's also gonna hit.
It does.
Oh, and that one does 10 damage.
Right. So and at this point, you guys are starting to like take chunks off of this thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like you're removing skin and muscle mass from this thing. It's seeming to be at the last steps.
It's about to be barbecue time. Zombie barbecue. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Is now.
Yeah, I mean, you can try it. But that brings up its turn.
Oh no.
And it's just going to stick with its good old routine of trying to hit Javali and miss it. And
Hasn't failed so far.
AC
Good.
still 17?
It's disadvantaged, but at 15.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Misses. A little bit
just-
closer than usual, but not too much of a worry for you.
Dodge is
Okay.
such a good useful move.
Yeah, it's nice. I can spend a key point to still take my action.
Nice. That brings up Nerian's turn.
Yeah, let's just see if we can hit him with the hammer again. 15 should do it, right?
That hits.
Yay! Hey, for 9 damage. That's not too bad. It's a respectable bonk.
How do you kill this thing?
I assume I'm just flattening him from top to bottom.
So Nerian takes a few shifts and just raises his hammer as high as he can and slams this thing on the face.
I gotta jump to get up that high, though.
And just crumples this thing. And it has a few shallow breaths. And once again, you guys all hear that guttural, deep chanting in your minds. And it once again shakes you at your core. But as the seconds go by, the chanting slowly decreases, and with this last breath, you hear no more.
Well,
Yay.
that was easy.
Does he have anything neat on his
Easy for you,
dying,
maybe.
decaying body?
Broken bones, disgusting cloth. It appears that he'd been wrapped in. You know.
Dang.
That could be valuable. Tell everybody it was Jesus's blanket.
I was going to say Fotool's thong, but okay.
That works too.
Jesus' blanket.
I don't know, man.
You said it like there's some story about Jesus' blanket.
Isn't like the shroud of Turin? Isn't that like famously Jesus' blanket?
It says, he took naps with it as a child.
That's right. It's his baby blanket.
Yeah, he used to suck his thumb and hold it,
Oh no.
Oh man.
It gets famous, yeah, for that.
I'm sure that's what it's
I
famous
think
for.
actually he wiped his sweat on it at one point or something.
And that was the first rendition of that gamer bath girl
Yeah.
Oh
water.
god. Catholics are the ultimate simps.
Oh man. So you guys have crumpled this dark being. This scary dark being. Huh? What'd you guys move?
Is there somewhere else to go in here other than into the bubbly pond?
Not really. And the more now that you have time to look around, you can kind of see it almost looks like, due to all the skeletons and corpses, it almost looks like some of them died laying next to or bowing towards the pool that this thing had arisen from.
Do these look like they're like orc-sized skeletons or ogre or whatever they were?
It looks like mostly human, but in the room you definitely find more ogre-ish skeleton builds.
So if I dip my pinky in the bubbling pond, does it burn my pinky?
It does. You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to swim in that.
I was hoping you were just 1 health point.
Oh no.
That would be kind of hilarious.
We have a new tool.
Is the water can we see through it?
Or it's dark and cloudy and disgusting.
Dark and cloudy and disgusting.
It also does not smell good.
How is there a sword or anything on the skeleton's equipment that I could use to poke into it and see how deep it is?
I want to say the previous guys outside of that room had weapons on them, if I remember correctly. So
Okay, I wanted to grab a sword off of one of them and kind of dip it and see how far down it goes.
You can get the whole sword down there before. You don't feel any resistance at the bottom.
Okay. Is there anything else interesting in this room?
Nah.
Is there anything past this room?
I think we're just mission accomplished.
There's nothing past this room.
Dang. Okay.
You said there's nothing on this guy?
Nothing.
Nothing but his dirty underwear.
Yeah, his dirty wrappings and underwear.
I think we just go back and say we did the thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I think they would know because that ogre they had in captivity might be different now.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And if not, I guess we come back and do it again.
Okay. I mean, if we think we did it, yeah.
I mean,
I don't find any hidden entrances or passages in this room, do I?
Mm-mm. This appears to be the end of the line of this cavern.
Cool. We fucking did it. We're big damn heroes. Let's go get paid.
All right.
Let's do it.
sounds like a
That's that.
plan.
Get paid.
Mm-hmm. So you guys make your way back out of the cavern, which is no issue, and the fort wasn't too far away, so you guys are able to safely make it back. I need to look up what this person's name is real quick.
It's
I
Peter.
forgot.
Peter.
Peter of the Pumpkin Patch.
Peter, pumpkin eater.
All right. Oh, yeah, okay. Commander Kiara. She seems to honestly be waiting at the gate for you guys as you make your return. And as you guys approach, she's like, "Did you guys win?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, we'd figured. The ogre had seemed relieved in the last few minutes, saying that the calling had stopped.
Damn. Look at us.
We did the thing. Kind of by accident, but we did the thing.
She was like, "Hey, if the job gets done, the job gets done." So she hands one of you guys a rolled up paper, and she's like, "And that's just a small a decree saying that you guys have completed the task that we needed to get done." So she's like, "I mean, if we ever need you guys, we might give you a call."
Cool. Did we already get paid for this, or was someone paying us now?
Once
I
you
think
guys
the guy with the crown, yeah.
once you guys get back to Saltmarsh, you will be paid.
Okay.
We take this here paper back that says we did a good job, and then they give us the money.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else here that we needed to do or needed us to look at?
All she mentioned was there's some local hags, but they haven't tracked down where they're from, or where they're at, I should say.
Oh, do we want to go do that? I mean, we're here.
She's like,
I mean,
you'd have to go deep into the forest, and I'm not sending anybody into the forest like that.
I would
Oh,
need some
okay.
rest.
Yeah, a couple of you kind of look worse for wear also.
I mean, we could take a long rest and then go into the forest.
She's like, I mean, if I won't stop you from going to the forest, I won't help you going into the forest either. And
Just
then
point us at a direction and then wait for us to come back.
she's like, yeah.
Oh, man.
And that forest is the reason this fort's here. So
It's the
Or point
forest
us in a
of
direction
fucked
and
up
laugh
shit.
after we left.
yeah, and that forest is the wilds, as some might call it.
All right. Well, why don't we rest up and then just head back and get our money?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys want to rest there, they have barracks if you want to use them.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Because I need spell slots.
Yeah, I need healing.
So the night will go through. You guys will be fed, just whatever they're eating currently at the time. It's probably some slop and random meats, but you guys are filled.
My favorite.
Slop, just like Mom used to make. But you guys are served food, given beds. And are you guys in the morning gonna travel back?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Unless they happen to figure out where they're at overnight.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're like that. It's probably gonna take some time. We're gonna have to get a lead from somebody stumbling upon them, or we'll have to find whatever's left.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll jump that you guys have made it back to Saltmarsh. I don't feel any need. It's not, you weren't that far away from it. And you guys are going to take your note to the council?
Yep.
Oh, before you take the note to the council, you should wrap up some of your art in it and give them the note and some art at the same time.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Why do I always forget you paint?
Yep.
You can say that it was a gift from the other person.
O'Toole sends you a gift.
I was inspired.
I'm saying, when you guys re-enter Saltmarsh, of course, you kind of notice that whenever the city guards notice you after what appears to be a mission, they go get Fireborn and let him know. So it's not too long before he manages to find you guys. And he approaches you guys like, "Oh, well, I'm guessing you guys got it all done."
Yep. We did. Big damn heroes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right. He's like, is there any proof? Do you have any? They usually give notes from that fort.
Yeah. We got this fancy piece of paper.
Like, he cracks it open. You can see like it's dutifully written, and you can tell he does not read it. Like he's like, it looks like her name, and closes it, like crumples it up and throws it.
For some strange reason, it was like 20 pages.
Yeah, like she has written a full report of a mission she was not
extra
on.
coupons on the back.
Mm-hmm.
The survey.
The CVS receipt.
Yes. He's like, yeah, there's a feedback survey at the bottom. I'm not gonna do that.
What about rating us 5 stars?
With a gift card.
He's like, I'll have, I believe it was a 200 gold payment upon the portion of this completed. He's like, so I'll have that arranged to be dropped off at the snapping line. He's like, you do have a few people looking for you right now.
In a good way or a bad way?
Yeah.
Tell him we're not here.
A mixture. He's like, one Celti, she said something about selling some armor or something that you guys had.
Okay. Yeah, we were going to sell some armor.
He's like, so she's just waiting at the snapping line. He's like, we found a captain for your ship.
All right.
And they're on the ship right now. He's like, in the sea guy, the Oshire,
Water boy.
the sea elf. He's swimming around the ship saying he has dire information about the lizard folk issue.
Oh, that sounds like the one that's gonna be a real pain in the butt.
So what should we do first? Go get some cheddar, or
If
Go
you're
do the
asking
responsible thing.
He's just like, I don't care.
Let's do our shopping first.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So you guys make your way back to the snapping line, and it's pretty early, so there's really, once again, nobody really in there. But you quickly see Salty, and she's, the second she sees you guys, she's, oh, hi. She's like, we had sold the armor for you, and she's like, I was here to give you the payment, which would be 175 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's bad. I assume we're just splitting it all 4 ways.
Yeah. What's 175 by 4? Come on, Dan, do the math in your head.
I don't know. I'm beyond doing math in my head at this point in the day. Let's just call it 44 each because it doesn't round. And
Okay.
All right, sounds good to me. She's like, I haven't been able. I've kind of looked over your list, and she's like, the trade has been really slow right now. She's like, I do have 3 more healing potions that are 40 gold pieces each. She's like, but I haven't been able to acquire any of the stuff that you asked me to look for yet. She's like, but I will soon.
let me see, how many healing potions do I have right now?
I apparently still have 2. I think I forgot I had them.
I have 1.
I think I've
Never know.
helped. Yeah, I'll buy a healing potion for 40.
Okay.
She's gonna need to start giving us a discount. Hey, stop it, cat.
Joe, are you buying one? Who's buying the third one?
Yeah, I'm definitely buying
I'm not buying another one. I already have one.
Okay. So I bought one. Dan bought one. Is anyone buying the third one?
I already have 2. I'm good for right now.
All right. I'll buy the third one then.
Nice.
I'll have 2 on me. At 15 gold to my name.
Oh, I do have 1, so I'll have 2 now.
Nice. And she kind of silently claps that she was able to quickly sell them. And she was like, I do promise I'm in search for the things you've asked. She's like, there's just been a lot of issues with sea trade, with all the rumors and the attacks and all that fun stuff. So she's like, she's like, I'll be taking my leave unless there's anything else you need.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We didn't really come up with anything cool to sell you this time, so
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, she's like, oh no, that's perfectly fine. Like she said, she's like, business has been slow, so being able to sell some armor and do a little bit of work in get some potions and have them quickly sold is not bad at all.
Unless you want to sell some art on the side.
That'd be awfully cool of you.
Yeah, what was the price you were saying on that?
I have no idea. 800,000.
Giovanni.
It's
up to him.
Giovanni's art.
I forgot if I wrote down what we were gonna charge for it.
6,000.
If it
Honestly, it
seems
was
really
like-
expensive, then it seems really valuable.
It wasn't a whole lot. It was like 15 or something like that.
Yeah, it might have.
It was something around that.
I don't have it written down what it was.
For some reason, I took note that she was interested in the gold, in the art, but I didn't take note of what the price was.
Because she didn't have the money to buy it then.
Oh, that's
I want to
right.
say it was 15.
She was interested in it for her personal collection, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Not even to sell.
Because Joe buttered her up real good, or Chuck
Mhm.
might have.
Somebody did.
Morthos.
I don't know if it was me, but I'm happy to take credit for it.
Look, we know you're all butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, I don't have the funds yet. She's like, I'm very close. So she's like, if you have any cool pieces, keep a hold of them.
Okay, will do.
All right. She's like, well, I got more work to do, so I'll be off. You guys have a good day.
All right.
And she kind of goes trotting out. Once again, I think the boop. Let me see. Yeah, the only person even in the snapping line other than you guys is Hannah. And she's just like still keeping the rooms you got.
Yeah, might as well.
She's like, okay.
So we're dead or go somewhere else.
She's like, good to hear. That's money in my pocket. I'll see you guys later.
Later.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you guys like to do from here?
I suppose we get on with our lives and go meet the water boy at our ship.
It does sound
Yeah.
like you can get the two other people that want to talk to you out of the way.
Yeah.
So you guys head back down to the docks. And
I guess we probably got to actually talk to our captain.
I mean, I would suggest it. They're probably gonna want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Each offer pirate skills. Skull tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those slackers.
Tell them that you're a maritime lawyer.
As you guys approach, you can see you guys know your ship. You approach it, and you can see that it appears to be she's just kind of swimming around the side of your ship, and you can also see that somebody seems to be giving directions on your ship. So I don't know who you want to engage first.
Who looks like they notice us first?
It appears whoever's instructing the ship does kind of glance over to you, but is still giving instructions.
Let's go talk to them. Well, the dude's treading water. Let's
Water boy.
go talk to Water Boy.
He might come up on the ship and join us at least.
If you direct him to get onto the ship, he'll climb aboard it. And they can drop a rope for him.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So, OC, climbs up there quickly, scampers up there, and you guys make it aboard the ship. Still kind of up to you who you want to talk to first.
Let's talk to Water Boy. He's got important things.
Yeah.
So as you guys approach him, he once again greets you guys. He's like, I have information, interesting information.
All right, what you got?
He's like, well, I'd made it back to my tribe and they hadn't heard any word, so I just decided to once again scout out the lizard folk. And I'm not saying that I captured a lizard folk, but he's like, I may have stumbled upon two of them and got the jump on one of them. He's like, but it got interesting from there because they immediately didn't want to fight me. And they're saying that the ones who fought the lizard folk on the ship that I was on, they are requesting your presence.
Like us? How do they even know about us?
I mean, there's ones that we let go.
We did let some of them go. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you let one go.
Yeah.
Awake. One was unconscious and one was dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, damn. All right.
He's like, of course the people I had to jump on, they didn't really want to talk to me. He's like, but it appears that their queen has determined you owe them. And he kind of stumbles on his words. He's been doing pretty good with comment at this moment, but he kind of stumbles and he's like, I believe you call it restitution? Restitution?
Yeah, they probably want to pay for the person we killed or something stupid.
Well, what are weapons we stole from them?
We didn't steal nothing.
Well,
He's like, it sounds like they didn't have they didn't have any plans on attacking Saltmarsh. But if there are multiple enemies, essentially what they said is they'll defend themselves. So he's like, I don't know where that makes you guys stand. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, we had also heard, and he had mentioned this before, that there were other aquatic creatures that could be disturbing the lizard folk. And he's like, from what it sounds like, that is true. But with the alliances they're making, he's like, it sounds like there's gonna be. They're called Colinth. He's like, they're weird. He's like, they kind of look like crabs. They have like corals on them. He's like, them and us don't get along. And he's like, the lizard folk sound like they have alliance themselves with them. And they are not nice people. And if they're following their lead, anybody could be attacked at that point. So he's like, I don't know what their standing is, what's going on. The only thing I can suggest is to go talk to them.
How hard is it to do that? We don't do underwater so well.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, here's another weird thing. He's like, they have moved to a place off of Dunewater. He's like, it's a lot closer. And he's like, and it sounds like they have access to an area that's above water. He's like, but he's like, it's like an abandoned cavern. He's like, I've never heard of anybody staying there until now. So he's like, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, maybe we can take our ship over there and go yak them up and hopefully not piss them off too much.
He's like, I can lead you guys there if need be.
Okay. Well, we got a ship, and we're gonna go. I don't even remember what we're gonna go do with our ship, but we got a ship.
It was being repaired, and it seems that's kind of still in the process, but you haven't talked to the captain yet.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to borrow a boat in the short term.
Or just make them wait.
Or just make them wait, yeah.
Osie's just like, whenever you guys want to make your trip, he's like, I'll be in the area waiting, but he's like, I would suggest we do it as soon as possible for the Colon to get people to do stupid stuff, which is what they usually do. Themselves.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Well, I suppose we should probably go talk to the captain then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you can tell the few ship hands that seem to be there, they're all, kind of running around and taking commands from this person. And she would notice as you guys approach. And she's like, are you guys the owners of this boat, this ship that I've been told about?
Yes.
R. A. I is the word.
So yeah, she's like, well, I will address myself. I am Greedum Orina. And at this point, you can kind of tell that she is a half elf, but she's 6'3". I won't say muscular, but like lean, muscular build. I was, yeah, she seems very. What's the best way to put this? She kicked
She
your
kicked
ass.
my ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I've been hired by the crown to lead this ship for you guys.
That's true. We don't know a goddamn thing about, driving a ship. So we're going to be leaning on you for that.
She's like, that's why I'm here. She's like, I got 10 years plus experience being a captain.
They
Decided to
even
take
give us somebody who's got experience.
Yeah, we won't know what to do with this.
She's
That's
like,
for sure.
she's like, I was paid well, so and taking a job from the crown has got its own benefits.
Oh yeah, good health in retirement.
There you go.
Good 401k.
Yeah, I was the stock options are just. Oh.
The 401 crown fund.
Oh
Yes.
no.
She's like, is there any questions you have for me, or is there anything I need to know?
Well, here soon we're gonna be going to a place to talk with the lizard folk who thinks that we owe them something for killing some of their people. So I mean,
Maybe.
that'll be on the table here soon. We need to talk to Waterboy to find the exact spot because I forgot.
He's still in the area, and he's like, it's just by Dune Water, and she knows the area too. She's like, right now the ship is not in the best condition. She was like, we could make that travel. That.
How long do you need to get the ship ready?
Well, she's like, I could make that because we'd just be off the coast sailing. Like, she's like, now if we want to go far out, then we'll need to finish the repairs. But she's like, if you want to quickly do that and come back and let us finish the repairs, we can do that.
I mean,
I don't know. Like, well, how long will it take you to finish the repairs?
She's like, I'm assuming it's gonna be probably 4 or 5 more days. She's like, it's mostly like a structural issue. She's like, sailing off the coast, I'm not, the waters are calm and easy. She's like, if we get in the ocean, I don't want the hull to, collapse in on itself.
I'll ask Waterboy, is there any like immediate urgency to go talk to these lizard dudes?
He's like, the lizard folk are weird. I can't read them. I don't know what they're doing. He's like, but if they're talking to the Colinth, he's like, that is a worry.
Well, that's your problem. You shouldn't be trying to read them. You should be listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you have these, and he's kind of like snapping his finger, and he's like, you have these things on the land, and he's like, they're green and small.
Goblins?
He's like, yes, those things.
Oh,
He's like,
Crocs.
he's like, well, we know those. He's like, they're kind of like that, but bigger. Like not little, but he's like human-sized fiends. He's like, they plan and backstab and are just not good beings. So he's like, there's good of a chance of them attacking Saltmarsh tonight as there is them attacking the lizard folk tonight. So
Delightful.
mm-hmm.
friends to all.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, I don't like the lizard folk, but I hate the Colinth, and if I can take away friends of them, I'll do it.
Well, do we want to push our luck a little bit and go ahead and head on out there?
Yeah, I think that might be a wise idea.
I say, yeah. Gretem, she's like, I'm down with it. She's like, if you guys want to go now, just give us like an hour or two, and we'll get everything ready to go.
Sure.
It's pretty much the start of the day, I think, so we might as well get to it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she starts barking orders, and you can see the ship hands go back to running around in a panic.
Perfect.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do in town?
Yeah.
We got our potions.
Yeah, I don't think
That
there's
one lady
anything-
we've already talked to is the only person that sells magical items anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, let's.
Okay. So you guys probably just spend the time on the boat, kind of equating to it, and meeting a few of the
our
ship
water
hands.
legs.
Yeah. You get your early day throw ups out the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm saying you guys set sail, and once again, she's just like, "We're just gonna be on the coast. This is an easy sail." And it's like you won't ever not see land as we make this travel.
Perfect. If I can see it, I can maybe swim to it.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, if you're armored, you might have some issues, but yeah, anything else, you'd be able to make it." So yeah, you just gotta jump out your scale mill, no big issue.
Yeah, that comes off real easy, especially when it's wet.
Yeah.
Just dissolves and just right on off you.
Just falls right off the bone. I mean,
So you guys set sail. And Osi's giving directions, so, and he's like, "We'll be there in short time," and it's nothing but like an hour sail, a little bit off the coast. And you guys kind of get to an area that it seems to start to turn to kind of like a marshy area. But he's like, they said there should be a cavern, and he kind of, looks over the edge of the ship and then just quickly hops over. And for a few seconds, you don't see him, but he kind of pops up and he kind of starts pointing to where you guys need to go.
good work, water
She
boy.
makes a few turns, and she's like, "I'm gonna set anchor here. I don't want to like uproot or anything like that." And she's like, "The cavern is not that far from here."
Okay.
Get a rowboat.
There we go. My headphones sort of messed up for a second there. All right. And you guys kind of rowboat to the shore. And for a few minutes of searching, you're able to find like this mossed over cavern. And it seems like it's been purposely, like moss has been pushed over the cavern entrance.
I like to conceal it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys enter this cavern, you're quickly greeted with lizard folk with spears.
Hmm.
And there's a few grumblings and growlings, and they don't put their weapons away, but they seem to kind of like slowly back up, letting you move along with them.
So this is gonna be great.
Super great.
How many are at the entrance guarding it?
Oh, it was just two right now.
Just two. Okay. Well, so far a takeable amount of enemies have been seen.
Yeah.
Potential enemies.
I'm saying, and as you guys, and like I said, they don't seem to be trying to hurt you, but they definitely don't seem friendly so far.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and let's also look this up. And you kind of start to notice that this cavern definitely was made a while ago, and it seems like it had a purpose at some point, but it's long gone. Like something must have also been here, but there's nothing left of it, just the carved out tunnels here.
Giant marsh worms.
Yeah.
Could be. Who knows? And it takes a few seconds of weird warming through, and another lizard folk approaches the guards and kind of like scrambles and squawks at them for a second. And they kind of let this lizard folk walk by these guards, and it approaches you guys in a broken common. It's like no weapons.
Weapons.
Sure.
Mhm.
I'll drop my flail and my hand axe.
You like start to take out your weapons, and he's like, "No, don't use."
Oh, okay. That's fine too.
So
Guess I like that even better. I thought you meant we had to like leave them at the door.
Yeah.
no, they just want to make sure that you don't, start stabbing people. So
I can't promise
yet.
that, but
Maybe like
I was gonna say I'd be the only one in good shape.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely won't be stopped by that.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys pass through, you kind of start to see.
I said, hands in your pockets, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you kind of see that there's a few little detachments and rooms, and you can kind of see that they've started to make this little area kind of like a detached colony. Like you pass by one room and they actually appear to have a fire and like a couple pots and food brewing. You squirm through a few more tunnels and actually you are greeted by two you would call them lizardfolk children. And the man that is unarmed tries to scurry them away, but they seem to be captivated by you guys, and they even follow you.
Okay.
we're famous here.
Yeah.
Something.
Everywhere you turn, if you do see lizard folk, they seem to not hold eye contact with you, but you can tell they were, glaring at you as you passed by or peering at you.
Of course they were.
Super famous here.
I don't know. That's good famous though.
Probably not. It's usually not.
Any fame is good fame.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say that. And as you're passing by a few more tunnels, you do pass by a small indented area, and there seems to be some cells in that area. And as you guys pass it, you do hear what it sounds to be something shaking, like the cell.
Can I see what's in there?
You don't really see in there. If you want to try to kind of quickly dive in there, you can, but you can tell that they want you to keep moving.
I'll keep moving. No need to have to fight all these people yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So they keep
I
on
don't trust my odds with a colony of lizard folk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
They continue.
Maybe another level.
Yeah. They continue.
Sorry, go ahead.
Lead you through, and they lead you to this bigger room, and this room is a little bit. It's inhabited by a few different types of creatures, but the first thing you will notice is there appears to be some quickly thrown together throne of like bones and stuff, and there appears to be a lizard folk on this throne. And to your right, there's this small pool, and there are what appear to be they look like frog people. I don't know if any one of you want to do a nature check to kind of know what.
Sure.
I'm decent at nature checks.
I'll roll 1 too. I got a dirty 20.
I got a 13.
I say, Chuck, you'll recognize them. You're like, those are. You kind of stump. You're like, I think they're called locath. You're like, they're usually, everybody calls them gillmen. And you remember from the small knowledge you have about them is that they're usually very friendly. Like, it's not uncommon to come across a small village that actually trades with them regularly. So you know them to be pretty friendly. But in another pool to your left, you do see what appears to be what Osi was talking about, the Colinth. And there appears to be 4 of them, and they have weapons ready as they're chattering in between each other.
Okay.
And as you approach, the lizard folk that is at the throne stands, and she actually greets you. She's like, "Are these the travelers that I've heard so much about?"
Depends on if you've heard good things or bad things.
She's like, I've heard a mixture of good and bad.
Oh, yeah, that's probably us.
Yeah.
Then.
That sounds right.
She's like, I am surprised that you guys actually came here.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. And she kind of motions to the guards, and they kind of lower their weapons and back away from you guys. She's like, well, we have an interesting predicament here. she's like, I believe we were in the middle of some transactions, and you guys killed one of my men.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, there was somewhat of a misunderstanding, I'm sure, since it was a pirate ship and, you know, they fought with us. So
She's like, so did they attack
Or they
you?
did fight back.
She's like, so they attacked you first. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, they killed someone from our village, and we were investigating.
Yeah.
well, the pirates did. We don't know that the lizard people specifically did, but
They were with the pirates, we assume.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, that can't make sense. She's like, those smugglers were not the most fondest of people.
well, they're dead now, so that solves that.
I mean, yeah, that's the short and skinny of it.
Well, yeah. Why did you use the smugglers?
She's like, we needed weapons. She's like, huh?
Why do you need weapons?
She's like, have you ever heard the Sahagin?
No.
OC kind of chips over, and he's like, just kind of imagine the Gilman as more like fishy and evil.
Oh.
He's like,
Me, I know of them character now.
yeah,
Same.
yeah. He's like, we usually call them either like sea devils or the fish heads. He's like, yeah. He's like, I do know what you speak of. And she's like, well, the Sahagin have gotten out of control in this area, and they have forced us to actually relocate. They had formed many attacks on our colony, and we had to relocate to here. And they actually do know that we've relocated here, and they've restarted their attacks. So we can only resort to either traveling further away with hatchlings, or stand around and fight and hope and try to rear our young. And that has presented some interesting complications. So she's like, we have started to form alliances. There has been some issues with that. And she's like, especially with the, the murder of one of ours. She takes a second, and she kind of points to the Gilman. She's like, they seem to be, she's like, we were honestly discussing you guys. And she's
Really?
Like, yeah, she's like, the Gilman seem to speak well of you humans. Or humanoids. She's like,
Oh,
the Kolinth do not.
yeah.
So,
The Collins, those look just like goblins.
they don't look like goblins. Just imagine people with like crab skin and coral armor. Yeah, like if you saw
People
these,
that need some moisturizer real bad.
yeah, if you saw one of these things, you would not hesitate to fight it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, so that leads us at an interesting segue, because the Kolinth are willing to help us, but they are only willing to help eradicate all the evils in this area.
Is that by their standards then?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of things then.
Yeah, and that includes anybody close to the water.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, and she's like, sadly, before I was able to hush some of the shamans and leaders here, they had given up word to the Kolinth that one of ours had died. So they have decreed you guys harmful creatures.
We're their enemies. Good.
By their standards.
Of course we are. Of course we are.
So that leaves it at a problem. She's like, the Gilman will help us in our fights to push back the Sahagin or eradicate them. She's like, but the Gilman are well, nice, natured, and she kind of points to them. But she's like, and they look like lovable little toad guys. Like if you were a main character in a video game, these would be your sidekick. Like, and they're the ones that show you through the tutorial. They don't help you fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like they're great craftsmen, and they'll be able to help and guide and scout. But stabbing something in the face
Not so much.
Yeah, that is coherent and humanoidish. Nah, she's like the opposite, where being smart and thinking things through and having strategy and morals and values, they do not have, but they have no problem punching something in the face until it stops moving.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So
I'm good at that too.
yeah, she's like, sadly, due to one of my dying, I would assume that. She's like,
Sorry.
So that leaves it as a weird out, a bad place to be, because for us to survive, we may have to enlist people that want us to eradicate you and or fight you.
I mean, so what? Okay, like, so what are we getting at here?
She's like, she's like, I can get my people to mostly like you guys. There's some shamans that don't like you guys, and that might cause a split. She's like, the Colton think you guys are weak.
You want us to fight them now to prove we're strong?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want you to fight them because I need them. She's like, but what if I were to provide a test that could, persuade everybody here? One that proves your strength, one that would prove that you are looking for the interests of the lizard folk. And the guildmen are probably just gonna like you guys already, so they're gonna follow you.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. She's like, nice, and everybody gets to live at the end, hopefully. She's like,
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, so I do have a way that I think would easily get you guys to win over all the tribes here, and present a good omen for everybody. She's like, we've been having another issue with moving over here. She's like,
okay.
She's like, we've dealt with creatures and predators, but there seems to be a predator that's specific to this area. She's like, we have nicknamed him Thousand Teeth, the Devourer.
Mm-hmm.
Not ominous at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You have more teeth than I think you need.
Yeah, I'd agree. She's like, I'd agree. She's like, he's a. She's like, well, assuming he's a giant crocodile. At some point, not at some point. She's like, we have active scouts now that we're being attacked, and 3 of them had gotten close to its lair, and they had paused there, and before they knew it, they'd been snapped up.
Got cracked.
Yeah, one was able to escape, but 2 of them were, I assume, they're crocodile poop now.
As you do.
Yeah, she's like, but this brings us an issue.
What if it actually produces croc shoes of dead people?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. She's like, due to our beliefs of the water, like, a lot of the shamans see the crocodile as an elder aquatic creature. Therefore, we cannot attack it.
But we can.
She's like, now, if I send some people out there and they happen to kill it, it's perfectly game. And she's like, if you were to bring back the head of this thing and I were able to display it, not only would that show that you guys were here for the lizard folk, defending them, I'm pretty sure the Colons would also see that as a show of strength, which would hopefully be enough to convince them not only to not attack you, but to be okay to work along with you at the time being.
And we're sure it's not going to bother them and their like religious beliefs or whatever, because they wouldn't.
She's like, if they have a religion, I doubt it would say anything other than punch it in the face.
I think he's more concerned about your shamans. It won't affect their religion.
Oh,
Right.
It's just that we can't hurt it. Like, if it ran into another predator, that's perfectly fair game.
Okay.
So you guys are out in the wilds.
Okay.
And it's that's nature. We would never stop you from killing this thing. We just cannot do it.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
We can't do it for our own personal gain. And since it's not actively in here, they count it as personal gain if we killed it.
Okay.
You and your rules.
She's like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but the shamans are old and people follow them. And the last thing I need is people running away with hatchlings into the night to be eaten by it and or captured by a Sahagin. And it just wouldn't be good.
So basically, everything's awful right now.
She's like, yeah, we're stuck in this area. The Sahagin have found us and started attacking us. And there's a giant crocodile monster out there if we go to explore in the marshes. She's like, this is going to rock in 37 hard places.
Perfect. Well, we can
Oh.
fix one of your hard places then. How about that?
I don't think it would hurt any to kill a crocodile.
She's
I
like,
mean, maybe a little bit, but
she's like, I don't think too many people live in the hot marshes, but I'm sure we're the only ones who would care. And that's only if we did it. So she's like, yeah, it's all taboo and it's all stupid, but
Sure
Okay.
then. How about sure then?
Well, cool. I guess if that's what we need to do to make things not get any worse. I'm not a fan of killing, big things in nature like that, but if it prevents more conflict, it's the lesser of two unsavory options.
yeah, she's like, this croc. Yeah. It's either us or them. It's either us or it. She's like, I'm sorry.
Sure.
She's like,
Understandable.
so she's like, do we have a deal? Would you be willing to take on this task for me?
I mean,
Sure.
Sure.
I guess so.
We're stubborn enough to try anything at least once.
She's like, nice.
Truth right there.
And she kind of takes a look at the sea elf Oshi. She's like, and she's like, I do also appreciate you coming here, even though we usually don't talk. And he just kind of has this feeling of just not wanting to be there. So he's just kind of. She's like, we've also sent word to your tribe, and we're attempting to open up talks with them. So they said that they would be sending somebody else because you were busy. So she's like, hopefully you will have somebody representing your people here soon, and we can push back the Sahagin for permanently. And he's like, all right. So, you guys taking up the deal?
Yeah.
She's like,
Sure.
So,
sure.
She's like, nice. She's like, can you give me a moment, real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
So she kind of ushers over to the pool that has the Gilman in it.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
And she only talks quickly, and they seem to, like, they kind of erupt in a cheer for you guys. It's all on aquatic, but they seem to be very approving of your guys' decision to go on this mission. And she kind of nods at you guys, and she makes her way to the other pool that has the Locath in it. Or, sorry, Colinth in it. And it takes a second. It almost appears at times she's yelling at them. And they are peering over and making harsh grunts at you. And it seems like it takes a second. There's weapons clanged against the edge of the pool. but after a few seconds, she was like, they are not approving of you. They don't believe you will win, but they are willing to see this out. So,
Well,
All right. I mean,
doesn't matter what they think, anyways.
yeah.
Right.
She's
Fuck
like,
'em.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. That I do not care what they think, but I need fodder, and they're just the perfect fodder. So she's like, I can send one of my scouts out, and they can lead you along the riverbank through some of the marsh, and from there it shouldn't take too long, and they can kind of guide you to where they found his lair. She's like,
Okay.
Would you be willing to do that today, or would you need time?
I mean, sure, why not? I mean,
yeah, we need to check, with our ship, make sure we're good for the travel. But I don't know, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know how long it would take you to beat this thing. But
15 minutes tops.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Crack my neck.
Pirate time. You just go running out like, she's like, I don't know how long it might take you to kill this thing. She's like, but it is a trek through the marshes to get to it. It's gonna be a couple hours. She was like, if you go right now, even if you'd gone early in the morning, you'd probably still need to either rest here or on your ship during the night. Unless you want to risk night travels, but I do not suggest that.
Yeah, we can camp out on our ship.
Yeah, that's fair.
So she's like, so whenever you embark, just let us know.
Okay. I mean, we'll go in the morning.
Okay. And you guys kind of start to say goodbye and start to make your way through. OC kind of stops and he's like, I think some of us noticed something. And he's like, I just need to ask. She's like, you have something in cages. What is that? And
We have something in cages?
No, he's talking to the queen.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, all right. She's like, well, do you want to just follow me and we can go look at what's in there?
Look,
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of curious.
Okay. So, once again, like, you guys get behind the queen and the guards kind of take up defensive positions and she eases them once again. And you guys kind of go through a winding tunnel and you get back to the room or the tunnel, and you see the offshoot that had the cages in it. And she kind of directs you to fall behind her.
Okay.
And there's, once again, these loose kind of cages. And it's only like 3 of them, and only one's inhabited. But in it, you see a very interesting creature. And from what you've been told about some of the creatures in the area, you can only assume this is one of the Sahagin, one of the fish-like creatures that are evading. And it's just speaking in this weird aquatic language and squalling and shaking. She's like, this is one of the things we're trying to fight back.
gross.
Oh.
Yeah, OC's just like, okay, yeah, wow, that's one of those nasty. He's like, that's a sea devil. And it shakes and it's speaking aquatic, and it kind of snaps to realize that, this is the first time it's seen humanoids like in this area.
Is it also Swedish death metal? Is that how it speaks?
Oh, nah, it's not. And you can kind of see OC can kind of understand what it's saying slightly. Everything kind of speaks aquatic, but every tribe speaks its own version of it. Like, this is like talking to a British person. Doesn't make any sense. Biscuits or cookies? That's stupid.
What is this shit?
It sounds right, but it's wrong.
Trumpets? Whatever. This is why we left. um, it kind of snaps and realizes it's seeing humanoids, and it kind of like rests its hands on the bars, and you just hear this weird sickly help.
Help?
Help. Like, they're telling us you're a bad dude.
He's like, no, they're liars, they're liars.
And I do an insight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called.
That one.
And
Doop, 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 boop.
yeah, insight. Nat 20
My
plus
God.
5.
Ooh.
So
Or I
that
thought
is-
I did all right with the 17.
Well, you guys both notice, and you're like, I think he's lying. But you could definitely, Giova, you definitely tell, like, oh no, he is stone cold lying. He's like, his demeanor is quickly that of one who lies a lot.
Okay.
He's like, I did nothing, and you don't even need to roll again or spend time. You're like, nah, he is already lying.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that nothing by your standards?
Yeah, probably.
And no, he's just, I did nothing. They attacked us.
Beep, beep, beep,
I
beep,
guess
beep,
that's
beep,
not
beep, beep.
true.
The lie detector is going off.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a heckin' good insight. Well, that answers that question at least. So let's go kill an alligator, crocodile. See you later.
That's funny.
It's terrible. I'm sorry.
yeah. Even the queen's like, I don't appreciate that, but I will look past that. This transgression.
People have been put to death for less.
Yeah, and like she begins to walk out, and in this last second of desperation, and you can hear this Sahagin in the back just like, I'll do anything. I can help you.
I'm gonna call that a no.
Are you gonna be bait?
He's like, I'll be whatever you. If it gets me out of here, I'll be whatever you need.
I mean, you'll probably be dead.
He's like, I'll be dead here.
I mean,
I don't feel like risking him escaping.
nah. I don't really want to deal with him.
Yeah, I see. The queen's kind of moved on, and she's like, "That sounds like a good idea on your guys' part."
I mean, it's not like he's our prisoner anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can walk away from this, and it's no skin on our back.
Oh yeah, no. It almost seems like the queen kind of wanted to see how you guys would react to that, and she's very approving of your guys' decision. She's like, yeah, I'll make word. She's like, I assume, and she kind of just moves over to one of the lizard folk, and she's like, you guys have a ship out there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I believe we've already seen it, and if you guys make your way back to your ship, I'll have a scout lead you a little bit further down.
Okay.
So we were ice cold enough for her satisfaction.
I would say you just have the feeling she wanted to see what you would do if you saw that Sahagin, and been like, nah, bitch, you're in jail. It's very approving of her.
Yeah.
You do the crime, you do the time.
Yeah.
You get captured by these guys, and you got captured by these guys.
Bitch.
Not our problem.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done it. I don't know what you did, but
I don't even know if he did a crime. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah. Still a bitch.
Right.
All right. So you guys gonna make your way back to your ship?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lead you back out, and the guards once again stop, at the entrance. And you guys make it back to the ship, and there appears to be a lizard folk kind of swimming around your ship.
Okay.
Yeah, OC's just like, I can somewhat communicate with it. So.
Oh, good. We can sort of communicate with you, and you can sort of communicate with it. So eventually, we'll be going the wrong direction.
I feel like you guys would also realize that, like when it comes to the language, OC and the Queen seem to be very different. Like they're actually pretty good with common, where most of the creatures, if they know common, it's very broken.
Okay.
So yeah, you usually don't have issues with OC unless it's like a complicated word. So
Well, that's good enough.
he's like, the lizard folk will lead us to essentially the edge of the marsh, and then you guys will have to trek through the marsh, and it'll lead you through that too.
I actually have to go into the Saltmarsh. Title trap.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, sadly, the crocodiles don't stay in the kiddie pools. So. Especially scary, giant, 1,000-teeth ones. To my knowledge.
I don't think I'm going to count his teeth, to be honest.
I'd rather not know.
I'll just assume he's at least at $1.50. So I assume you guys make the trek and begin heading to the marsh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did forget something.
You're already dead.
No,
No.
you're dead the whole time. As a reward for taking the quest before the Queen departs from you guys, she gives you a small like a small potion bottle. And she's like, and it looks dirty. There's like bits of moss and stuff floating in it. And she's like, if your health gets low, like really low, you can drink this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Will it kill us faster or will it make us better?
Make you better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not one of those like end it fast.
Yeah,
Sort of things.
it's not a reverse potion.
Not reverse. End it now.
The cyanide pill potions. So yeah, you guys have obtained the mysterious potion. I don't know who wants to hold on to that.
Dan, you got it.
Okay. Sure. I will hold on to the mysterious mossy potion.
Right.
Oh.
Yep. So you guys begin trekking, and Gundam seems to be steering, dutifully. You can already kind of tell she's very skilled at this. She has taken seriousness to, sailing and being a captain.
I assume she didn't have 10 years on the ship simulator.
Yeah. That's just a hobby. The real
She
thing.
maxed out her point card.
Yeah. I've bought all the simulators and Farm Simulator. Doesn't really come into use. I just want you to know I haven't.
I've actually done farming with my ship in the simulator. Don't ask me how.
But that's just how good I am. So she begins sailing, and it's only like 30 or 45 minutes of sailing where she's like, I think we're getting to the edge of the area that would be safe for us to sail. So she's like, I can hold up here, and you guys can delge further into the marsh.
Sure.
Yeah. And at this point, and that lizard folk is just kind of standing in an area, eagerly awaiting you guys.
Yeah, I assume someone's got to be here to like witness us.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well-
well, no, we're taking the head back.
It sounds like the minute you guys get to the lair, he's shooting back home.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
loser.
Yeah, and also OC at this point is like I am somewhat skilled, but this is probably a level above my head. So I'm gonna stick with the ship.
Babies, every last one of them.
That he's like, I'll take it. He's like, getting the jump on a lizard folk is not the same as this, and I've only seen some of your guys' powers, but I can tell I'm in no league of yours.
1 second, I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick.
Do you want to just take a quick break?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
Okay, let's just take a quick break. We'll
Fine
be
with that.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
going back. And we're back.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you guys had just gotten to the marsh. You've got a new friend, a lizard folk number 3. And right now, OC's like, nah, I'm not going to drag you down, nor do I want to die. So you guys got it.
Yes.
He
Okay.
believes in us, unlike my mother.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's role playing or.
Wouldn't you like to find out?
No.
Art imitates life.
Oh, so the lizard folk starts to slowly trek through this marsh, and I assume you guys are following.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's planning to like feed us to the crocodile himself.
He doesn't even like. He's got like a beat up short sword, but he hasn't even pulled it out. He seems decked out to swim away quickly. Like he's not here to aid you in your battles and or hinder your battles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll follow along.
All right. Hey Daniel, can you roll me a d12?
I sure can. Unless you want it to be a high, roll, then you probably want someone else to roll it.
Don't even worry about it. We'll see how it goes.
Just got to cut off your ass, man.
Hey, we've been there before.
Haven't we all?
What happened in our game last night.
Yeah. Yeah. To win the thing we were doing last night, I had to rip Dan's ass off so
And then
we
I
could
had to
cook
grill
it and sell it out of our food truck.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Tell me what the roll is if you can.
It was a 3.
3? All right. That is not bad.
Not bad for you or not bad for us.
Not bad for you. Not bad for you guys.
Good.
All
Think.
right. So you guys start the trek, and it takes a bit. Like you guys go for a solid 50 minutes, just sludging around, and the lizard folk guy is, every once in a while muttering to himself and looking around, but he kind of seems to still know the path. All right. Chuck, can you roll me a d12?
I suppose. 7.
All right. I was saying another hour goes by, and it's just sloshing through. Every once in a while, you hear like some birds, but it's even starting to seem like there's not even a lot of animals in this area now. You'll see birds, and that's kind of it. And once again, there's another, hour 20 minutes that goes by.
So less critters now?
Hmm?
Less critters even?
It's almost like every 45 minutes it gets quieter and quieter and quieter.
The deeper we get.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see signs of, large predation or anything?
Yeah, every once in a while you'll see something that, like, you'll see a nest of a creature and it's just been ravaged. Every once in a while you'll see like a giant, like a completely tree toppled over, like something that only something very big or very angry could do. And Tyler, roll me a d12.
Okay. A 5.
All right. And another 45 minutes goes through, and you're sloshing and trekking through this. And then suddenly the lizard folk ahead of you kind of stops, and he kind of points through it. It seems kind of like a weird enclosure, and he kind of points there, and he kind of starts to step away.
This is where you die.
It's kind of like a what's the best way to describe it? Like even more tangled up part of the marsh. Like it's kind of heavily treed. There's like sticks in between. It's getting like thicker in this area, and he points into there, and he's starting to back away.
Okay, I guess in we go.
Yeah. The real question is, do we try to get the drop on it, or we just make enough noise that it comes to us?
That is a good question.
I think we should try and get the drop on it.
Okay.
Not very sneaky, but
I mean, I'm not either, but
Okay. So you guys kind of sift through this thick area, and it's only a few feet before you kind of see that it opens up to like a shallow valley. But you kind of notice that the water is starting to turn darker and darker the farther you go. Now, I assume one of you guys is kind of I assume you guys are all looking for this thing.
Yeah.
So you guys can make perception rolls for me.
oh, good.
Why isn't it showing me the game log here?
I did it. I got a nat 1 on it. It still came out a 7, which is, geez, Giovanni, is that a nat 20 again?
Yep, another net 20, 25.
Grief.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the game log.
Except for last session, I was rolling garbage all night.
Yeah.
Making up for my nat 1 with your nat 20.
And so
I'm
you,
probably like looking at my hands. Whoa.
where did it go? So you guys start to trek through. I need to stop saying trek. You guys soak through this nasty marsh, and for a quick second, like Giovanni, you get a hint of something moving, and like shifting the water, and you tell everybody to hold. And you can kind of see that further down into like the darkest part of this pool, you can see something that seems to be rippling the water.
What are we going to do about it?
Stab at it with a pointy insult. You son of a biscuit eater. Was that very effective?
I have a bag of ball bearings. I will take out a ball bearing and toss it in the water, just a little past where these ripples are at.
So you're throwing ball bearings past the ripples?
One ball bearing past the ripple.
Okay. So you throw a ball bearing, and you kind of hear a throop, and the bubbles stop for a second. And like the ripples kind of head towards the area of that. And you can start, and these are large ripples that are emitting from.
I'll throw another one in about the same spot.
I say, yeah, you throw another one. Bloop. And now it looks like whatever is kind of just moving back and forth in that area.
Looking for a snack.
Yeah, what do y'all want to do?
Do I got just like a bit like food or something I can just throw over into the same area?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to throw some ration in there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Something to sweeten the deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna always assume that you have a available ration unless you guys are going on some long trek away from the ship. So yeah, you have a ration, you pull it out, and you toss it in the water, and it kind of sits there for a second. It's like some weird like loose meat, and you see something snap it up, but this thing seems more like a normal creature. It appears to be a crocodile, but it's definitely not what was making those ripples before.
All right, maybe now that it's there, the bigger one will get it. Like always a bigger fish sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just go wait another second here.
Yeah. Nothing
I
happens.
ready my darts to throw at something.
Too much caution.
already my crossbow.
I'm readying myself.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing?
I see. After a few seconds, you can kind of see that the previous crocodile is kind of now just kind of skimming the water, looking around to see if it can find more of this random food it stumbled upon.
I mean, I guess.
Do I feel like I noticed something other than that crocodile?
Oh, I would say you guys have noticed that whatever was causing the bigger ripples is in the area, but not moving right now.
Okay, it's not this crocodile thing.
Yeah, this crocodile could not have made the ripples before, and it definitely wouldn't have
Okay.
caused any of the destruction you saw previous.
Okay. I guess I want to see if it attacks this crocodile and then try and jump it while it's fighting that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Suspect it's probably not a cannibal.
Let's see. Yeah, this other
I
crocodile.
don't know that though.
Well, crocodiles and alligators are weird. They're a creature I don't understand why we keep inhabited.
Well, it's, you know, to keep the flamingos in check.
Have you seen that GIF of one swimming?
They're all like,
They like
yeah.
swim upright, almost.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was like upright. Right? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, like vertically.
Yeah, they do. It's weird.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
You know, this other
Doggy paddle.
this other crocodile seems unperturbed, undisturbed.
Well, that's not what I want to hear.
It's
I
just,
want him to be pissed off or something.
it's just looking for more food.
So is that, it's not the big crocodile, or is it?
It is not, from what you can tell. It is a different crocodile.
Do I have a clear shot on it?
Yeah. Yes.
I fucking Eldritch Blast that thing.
Ooh.
Might as well.
Well,
I mean,
Why aren't we fucking around with it? Let's get us some, you know, material for some good shoes.
Get some points on the board, guys. Let's do this.
That's 25 to hit
That's a hit.
and 13 damage.
Jesus. Well, you hit this thing pretty right on the nose, and it doesn't immediately die, but you can definitely, this thing shrieks and kind of heads under the water. And a few seconds go by, and then you kind of see some ripplings heading towards you. Then you kind of see two more separate sets of ripplings heading towards you. Who I would say, is there a certain formation you guys are in?
I'm probably out front.
Yep.
yeah, I'm probably not quite out front, but close to it since I have higher AC than most people.
Okay, I would say Nerian and Skulltooth are kind of up front, and this is when I would
Are
say
there like a lot of trees in this area too?
it's more of a cleared area.
Okay.
You guys, Skulltooth and Nerian, can see that it appears to be a few seconds, and you have just only a small amount of time to react. You see what appears to be 3 crocodile heads appear out of the water, charging you guys.
Oh, snap.
3 crocodiles.
Let's roll some initiative.
Okay. 18. All right. I didn't suck this time.
Well,
I only sort of did bad this time.
What'd you get, Skulltooth?
8.
Sucks for you.
Yes, it does.
All right. So combat begins, and actually one of the crocodile gets a jump on one of you guys.
Ah, shit.
And he attacks. He attacks Nerian.
Of course you
Ooh.
do. This is the way.
And this appears to be the one that just got hit. So he is already singed and ruined from a magical blast. And does a 13 hit you? I don't think it does.
It does not.
Okay. It snaps up, but you're already ready for it, and you're able to quickly back step out of the way. And that brings up Morthos' turn.
How many of these assholes are there?
There are 3.
All right. I'm going to use Toll the Dead. Because with Toll the Dead, I can target... Is it Toll the Dead, or is that a different Morthos? That's a different Morthos. Yeah, I'm just going to Eldritch Blast that shit. I'll pick the one that just went after Nerian. 25 to hit.
That hits.
And 13 damage.
He is down already.
Yeah, I'm great.
Anything else you
No, meat's back on the table, boys.
do?
Was it ever off the table?
Crocodile
I don't think
jerky
so.
back on the menu?
We're eating crocodile jerky.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? I've never had it. I can't say. Nearing, it's your turn.
Are there any others that are close enough to do anything to just yet?
The other two are just like they were kind of like in a I don't want to say a diamond pattern, the pattern that stupid geese flying. So the other two are just like 5 feet away from
The
you
V
guys.
formation.
Yeah, there we go. That's the letter I didn't know.
I guess I'll just approach one of them and smash him with my hammer.
Go
I
for
assume
it.
they're weak to hammers,
They don't enjoy them.
but I'm weak to use hammers also.
That does not hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think so. No. There's nothing else that I can do.
Well, that's not true. You can be bidden. Giovanni, it's your turn.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run up and try and help my buddy that's getting bit next turn. Let's see. I'll do my quarterstaff and then an unarmed strike.
Get it done.
19 and then a 19. Sweet.
Both hit.
Nice.
So 6 and then 5 damage.
Ooh, this bad boy is hurt.
Give up the hurting.
Like
Yeah.
your fists make a eerily loud noise as they like hit the back of this thing or your kick, and
Quack.
it's definitely snotting
Echoes.
out disgusting blood out of its nose. And that brings up
Ew.
Skulltooth's turn.
Wait, is this the big guy or is this all three of these are smaller guys?
Smaller guys.
Okay, well, gotta kill the lieutenants before the big guy shows up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of my scimitars and try and sink it into the head of this guy.
Okay.
That's a crit.
Roll that
Nice.
damage.
12 damage.
You have murdered this one.
Just straight through the top of his skull.
Did you have another attack you could do this turn?
I sure do.
So I would let you'd be able to move over to the other one.
21, does that hit?
Oh, it does.
9 damage.
This one's still up. He's surviving, and he's gonna take a snap back at you. I'm assuming a 14 does not hit you.
No, not quite.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm going to riposte.
Ooh.
Nice.
Since he missed me with a melee attack. I get to make an attack against him. Unless a 9 hits, then in which case I'm very embarrassed.
It does not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You return his miss with another miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pirate strike.
Pirate miss.
Back to you, Morthos.
Yeah, I mean, why break with something that works, especially since I don't want to waste spell slots for the big guy. Is the one that Tyler just hit, is it dead?
No. No. That one is still moving around.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and actually do Toll the Dead on it. It needs to make a wisdom save. Target number is 14.
Nice.
It does not hit it.
All right, cool. Since it's already taken damage, it takes a D12 of necrotic damage. And it's 2. It takes 2 damage.
Not as nice.
Not as nice. Not as nice.
But that does start to cause this thing to hack up blood.
Okay. Its emphysema's catching up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get him one way or another.
Is it the end of your turn, Morthos?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Nearing, it's your turn then.
Let me try and bonk him better this time.
I'll allow
More
it.
better. Or no. Just no.
I'm sorry, that does not hit.
Okay. This is my life.
Giovanni?
My only real chance of doing damage is for them to hit me first.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad game plan.
9 and an 18. So
18
my
does
fist
hit.
is gonna hit as I smack him for 6 damage.
Nice.
He is barely moving, but he is still up.
Bastard.
Anything else you do, Giovanni?
Nope.
All right, Skulltooth.
Hey, it's my turn.
Showing the pirate way.
Yes, I'm gonna pirate stab this guy that's coughing up blood, and that's another crit.
Okay.
Jesus.
Just 10 damage.
And you just quickly run up on this thing, and the minute you run up to it, it hisses and roars out, and you just, because you have swords, right?
Yeah, scimitars.
You just slice its back open.
Ooh.
You just fillet it immediately, but it's not before it leaves out a horrible scowl. Actually, and it's still kind of alive when you do that, so it's still even. But it quickly leaves this realm.
I would hope so. And then this third guy, is he up on the shoreline? Can I get to him?
Oh no! All the crocodiles are dead.
Oh, that was all three? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to wipe my blade on my shirt or something.
Good job. Like after you kill this thing and it stops shrieking, and it rolls over and starts to slightly float dead. There's an eerie calm, and then you can quickly hear the few birds in the area just up and move all at the same time, fly away, squawking.
Time for us to spread out, guys. One of us is gonna get eaten.
I was like,
Yeah.
not a lot of time. You quickly see those ripples reappear, and they are going straight for you guys. And we're gonna roll initiative again.
A gate.
You throw a gate at it?
No.
Would you say?
I said a gate, but I choked on my vape a little bit.
Ah,
Oh, I did better this time.
I did the same. I got
did
an 18.
One better.
I also got an 18.
and Giovanni, did you roll?
9.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So there's 2 pairs. It looks like between Morthos and Nerion. Is there one of you that wants to go first?
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Hold on, I just added you 2.
What?
There was
There was a tie.
Yeah, there's 2 ties. So I'm just figuring out the order.
Oh, between Nerian and I. I'll go
Mhm.
first, and then Nerian will go.
Okay, and then Skulltooth and Giovanni.
Oh, Giovanni can go first.
All right. But that's funny enough. You still go first, Morthos.
Okay. Yeah, we don't see him, right? We just see the things coming towards us.
I guess I should describe that more. These ripples are heading towards you guys at decreasing speed, and for a quick second, it goes underwater, and once again, there's that calm eeriness, and quickly breaching the surface of the water is a giant crocodile.
Oh, okay.
And it spends its first second upon seeing you guys just.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna bust out my Scorching Ray. So I'll cast that. I get 3 fire bolts that I'm gonna hurl at this thing. First one is a 1. So that doesn't do a goddamn thing. Second one is an 18. Does that hit?
That does hit.
All right. And it is 9 damage.
9 damage.
And my final bolt of fire is another 18 with another 9 points of damage.
Bam. 18 damage.
There we go. All right. And then I'm just going to back up a little bit. Try not to be in biting range.
That makes sense.
And that's my turn.
All right. Nerian, that makes you up next.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and maybe just pop him once with Sacred Flame. He'll need to make a Dex 14 save against it.
Right. All right. It does not.
Oh, good. He'll take a whole 5 Sacred Flame damage.
Take it to the face.
And I will go ahead and kind of move the opposite direction.
All right.
That way we're not all bunched up, at least.
All right. And that brings it up to Thousand Teeth's turn.
I kind of figured.
Sorry, Nerian.
That's fine.
He dips his head under the water a little bit and shoots towards you, catching up to you. And he is going to attempt to attack you.
I suspect he'll do more than attempt.
Does a 16 hit you?
It actually doesn't.
Nice. Does a 22 hit you?
That's also a miss. Definitely a miss.
Or how could it be a
Get
hit?
enchanted slate armor that we didn't know about.
I have plot armor.
Ah,
There you go. The best kind of armor.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right. So he quickly breaches the water again, roaring. He snaps his jaw at you, but you're able to quickly, evade that attack. But you're not ready for him to quickly spin and knock you with his tail, doing 11 bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay. He also needs to make a Dex save of 14 again.
I'll do that. He passes it.
Dang. Okay.
I need you to make
he still gets to take the damage anyway. So. Where are you? Half. So 6 thunder damage.
I'll take it. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. So.
Oh yeah, that's good. No issues. He hits you, like I said, square in the middle of his tail to the square middle of your back. But you're able to brace yourself and keep yourself from falling into the muck. Get out of
That
there,
would be
bug.
sad times.
Yeah, it would not be good times. But that's the end of his turn.
Okie dokie.
That brings up Giovanni's turn.
Let's see. He's attacking Nerian right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and take his attention and I don't know. Is there a way I can do that with I'm just gonna yell at it with a free action, just be like, "Hey, over here!" and start hitting him.
Guys all assume I don't want to be hit for some reason.
he gets to hit back when he gets hit. Not the worst.
Oh, do
in
you?
the world.
Yeah, I get a guaranteed attack back.
Okay. I mean, are you doing okay health wise? Does it look like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nerian's the tank of this.
Nerian's the armor tank. I'm the face tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll stay near and just keep hitting.
That hits.
23 and a 17 to hit.
They both hit.
Nice.
6 damage and then 5 damage.
Right. It's 11 damage altogether.
Mm-hmm. That'll be my turn.
All right. And that brings it to Skulltooth.
Hey. This guy's up on the shoreline now.
He's breaching water. Yeah.
He's breaching water.
Yeah,
Alright,
you guys can see him.
I'm gonna stab him.
Do that thing you do.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Ooh. 8 damage.
Nice.
I'm gonna stab him again, and that's a 3rd crit tonight.
Jesus
Dang.
Christ.
What the hell? The dice are on my-
Nice.
it's only 10 damage, but
Hey, it's fucking good.
Do you double that for your crit? I'm
no,
trying to
that's
remember.
both dice.
Both dice.
I
Okay.
rolled 2 3s. Kind of unfortunate, but hey. And that's, yeah. That's all I'm gonna do.
Oh, yeah. And with that action, you have enraged this wonderful beast, and he's going to attempt to bite you.
Dang it. Can't help you now.
He's biting me.
He was attempting to, but he sure as hell misses.
Okay.
Are you biting me now?
And that brings it to Morthos' turn.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna use my other spell slot and do a Scorching Ray.
Nice.
All right. My first bolt of fire is only an 11.
That does not hit.
Second one is a 24
That does hit.
with 5 damage. And the third one, oh shit, that's a crit.
Ooh,
My
double dice that.
God.
I sure did. With 15 damage. So 20 damage
Ooh,
altogether.
Nice. Holy cow.
Nice.
There we go.
Guys are destroying this thing.
You.
Narians, you're up next.
Gosh darn. Let me see if I have anything neat to unload on it. I don't think I do is the problem. Oh, not really. Well, if there's a 15-foot cube in front of me, well, I don't think I want to do thunder damage, though. That could be bad in an area.
Or it could be fun. Neat.
Yeah, let's maybe not.
It'll be fun.
I'll do guiding bolt instead. $16.
That hits.
Nice. For 12 damage. Not too
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
And the next person who attacks him has advantage, if I recall correctly.
I believe that's how it works, yeah. Well, luckily, it's this bad boy's turn.
Yeah, so now he can take me out.
Ooh, who is he going to attack?
We've all put some hurt on him at this point.
Yeah.
Just roll a
I'm sorry, Nerian.
That's fine.
The dice have spoken towards you, and they say, I'm going to miss attack at you. Sure as hell did. Unless your AC's 12.
It's not.
Yeah. He clomps a bite on you and misses with that. Actually, sorry, he has 2 attacks, though. And he misses with that one, too.
I'm almost a little disappointed.
Once again, unless your AC's 13.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't want to take damage that badly.
He snaps at you, and you kind of able to manage your hammer in the way, and he kind of just nods in the hammer and backs off, but then he tries to quickly hit you with a tail swipe, and you're just prepared for it and just brace and take it.
I've seen this move before.
Yeah, and you're like, not twice. At least not in a row. And Giovanni, it's your turn.
Ooh.
Giovanni?
All right. Yep. And hit him with 2 unarmed strikes, and then let my AC go up by 2. So, net 20
Nice.
and a 12. So, 4, and then I roll another d4.
Good grief. You guys are just
Just,
like rolling in the crits all of a sudden.
Yeah. The dice have turned.
So 8 damage with
Or
my
how about they've been in
fist.
literally every other game we've played?
So what was that first amount of damage you did? You did...
It's just 8 damage total
Okay.
because I missed the second hit. Yep, and then I moved my turn, but I boosted my AC by 2.
Nice.
There we go. All right. So how do you kill this thing, Giovanni?
Did it.
So I guess what's a better description of like what its head looks like? You said it's like 1,000
Crocodile?
teeth, right? So
Oh,
or it's
okay.
just like a giant crocodile.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to punch through like its mouth while it's open, just like break through
Break the jaw.
the roof of its mouth.
Yeah, that's easily possible. You quickly uppercut. And you guys don't even see it for a second. You just see him punch and this thing not move for a second. And you see Giovanni trying to wiggle his arm out of the roof of this thing's mouth as it kind of roars. And it tries to clomp down on you, but it can't really. And you pull your arm out and it just starts to bleed.
That's
and
great.
roll around. And quickly this thing passes away.
We did it, I assume.
We did it.
You killed the fuck out of this thing.
Better get a tap for the lizard people.
Yeah. Well, work on cutting that off.
I see. Yeah. I would. At this point, any living creature in the area either A, left when Thousand Thieves started to move, or B, is too afraid of you guys to even raise a noise right now. So you're
Hey, lizard guy, did you even get far enough away yet?
Yeah, he's just like, damn. He's just like 20 feet. Just-
I mean, considering how long a round of combat takes, he's had like a whole minute to run.
Yeah, he's had a sharp 18 seconds to get the fuck out of the way. So, and once again, you guys are easily able to, well, not easily, you're not disturbed as you saw away at this thing's head. Unless you want to take the whole body back, which will just take some work.
No,
Why
I
can't
don't
we?
want to take the whole body back. That's a lot of work. Maybe I'll cut off some strips of its alligator skin,
You can do that.
like roll them up. I mean, we could sell them or pay someone to make something with it. And then also maybe take some decent sized steaks out of its tail. You know, it's always a good day when you can eat something that was trying to eat you.
That's
I
true.
wholeheartedly
true.
agree with that. Crocodile steaks. Crocodile pelts.
There we go.
I don't know if that's technically called a pelt, but that's what I'm calling it.
Close enough, right?
And due to, like I said, how fast at this point the lizard folk is just standing 10 feet away from you guys, just letting you guys work.
Yeah.
And once you guys are able to collect your supplies, he can easily lead you guys back out of the way, out of the marsh. And I assume you guys get back on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys make it back. And it still does take you some time to trek back through another 3 hours to get back.
Yeah.
But even Greta is like, that was faster than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you know, pretty great.
Yeah, you guys don't seem too beat up or anything, just kind of tired.
No, I mean, interested in a big pair of leather boots? No.
She's like, personally, I am not, but somebody will be. So she begins selling back to the lizardfolk lair. What time is it?
Well, after midnight.
It's noon night.
Do you want to keep on going for a little bit longer, or?
It might be a good place to wrap, I think. It is
Yeah.
midnight.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys have killed Thousand Teeth, taken your rewards. You may have aligned forces against the Sahagin. I think you guys are in a pretty good spot.
We did the thing.
So we'll close there,
Thousand Thief.
and we'll return.
Things.
Yeah, we'll return with you guys getting back to the Queen, presenting your offering, and seeing how the tribes react to that.
Sure.
All right.
Cool.
Is there any questions, anything?
I don't know. Go back, tell them how great we are, give them a head, cook some meat.
I mean, you will be presenting a head that presumably has a fist hole through it.
You know.
Yeah.
Like this thing is just sizzled with thunder and eldritch.
Yeah, we'd like for
Slice.
them to know how miserably it died.
Yeah. As you guys chew on crocodile steaks as you re-enter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are in a good spot. Is there anything you wanted to shout out, Chuck?
Oh shit! What do we got tomorrow night? You could find who all can we find? Tomorrow is an alien night, so you can find me 9 p.m. Central Monday night over on twitch.tv/thelollygaggers. I got a link for that. I'll put that in so if anyone's watching, they can get the link. There we go. Wednesday nights, we're going to be playing Weird Frontiers. We're doing a riff on the Rime of the Frostmaiden. Dan and I are in that. I'm running that. That's 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. Thursday night will be our first night of our Watercolors and Warriors campaign, moving to Thursday nights. It'll be every other Thursday night from there. So that's also at 9 p.m. Central. And then the channel will be shut down on Friday and Saturday because Dan and I are going on a fancy D&D camping trip. So we'll be out of the state on Friday, Saturday, and we should get back in time that I can play in Bert's Shadowrun game at 9 p.m. Central over on Steam Steel Murder. There for it too, but that's 9 p.m. Central on Sunday. That's what we got for the week. If anyone wants to support us, all our links are at that link I just put in the Discord chat. We got YouTube and a Discord and Twitter and Facebook, and we got our Patreon. So you can find us in all sorts of places.
Nice. Anybody else have anything to shout out, say, any deep thoughts, proverbs?
Join our Discord.
Join the Discord.
That's a proverb I
Join the
commonly
Discord.
say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Chuck, you gonna send us away?
Sure. Until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and go get your fucking vaccine. Deuces.